guys, we're back at it, starting back on the car. Haven't done a whole lot over the week because of work, and it's getting pretty late already. I think it's like 5 p.m. So probably just going to start this video tonight, get some things done, but we'll do the rest of the video in the morning. Just a quick update on where we're at though. Still just primering this stuff. I think that I'm on the last coat of primer, and then we're going to start with the black base coat, so super stoked on that. Over here, finished up the fuel rail, unmasked it. It turned out awesome. It's just a tiny bit dirty. It's just dust settling on it, so that's no big deal. It'll wash off, but really stoked on that. Probably should have just left this unmasked and painted it, but I might take care of that. But at the same time, you don't really see that. It's under one of the intake manifold runners, so that should be okay. I'm thinking that I might cut this harness out of its casing and rewrap it, and then maybe extend this pigtail so that it'll still plug into there, but I can kind of, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe tuck it down here or something. It usually runs up over the valve cover, which I really don't like, so I'm going to try and figure that out, as well as probably cut the casing off this and rewrap that, just really kind of clean things up, clean this dirt out so that I kind of know what I'm working with here. I don't know if I should be, but I'm kind of thinking I might pull some of this lining out, but I'm not sure. I'm going to do some research on that. And then tonight, I'm going to be getting as far as I can on the transfer case, because that's not good. So I really want to drive the car. That's the main drivability issue. So I will be working on that tonight. Yeah, so that's what I got planned so far. I'm gonna get some of it done, and we'll get back to you. Okay, guys. So got the first coat of black on the parts. So super stoked about that. We're getting so close to being able to put those back on. Probably go 2 or 3 more coats of black, and then we'll start laying down the red. Super stoked to see how that turns out. Also, I pulled the shaft out of this old transfer case. Just these 5 bolts, and then this whole shaft comes out, and it feels like this bearing's good. So that's a lot easier than I actually expected. Made a mess over here, but so I pulled the whole front assembly apart, and then just pulled that whole shaft out. I'll take the other one, slide it back in. Still connected to the CV axle here, just because it was kind of a pain to split it down there, so I figured it'd probably be easier to do it while it was out. Haven't made any more progress on the wire tuck harness. I cleaned things up just a tiny bit with some engine degreaser. I have this pivot shaft seal on order to take care of that leak, so help clean that up. I'm going to take some engine degreaser and just degrease and de-dirtify everything. Really not loving the way this looks, especially right next to my freshly painted manifolds and stuff. This is going to have a cover over it. I polished it up just a tiny bit, but it's going to have a cover over it like I said. So I may actually end up painting this and some of this stuff over here just to kind of tie the color together. Yeah, trying to figure out what to do with all these hoses. Yeah, but anyways, that's going pretty good. I'm going to finish this up tonight and then lay down a layer or two of paint on the intake manifold and valve cover, the throttle body and everything, and keep going from there. Super stoked on this, making some pretty good progress these finally. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to it and I'll update you guys in a bit. Alright, so I know I haven't really recorded much down here, working on the front of the car, but that's just because it is so darn greasy down here. I don't really want to mess with my phone and my camera, but I'm just going to show you a couple things here. So this boot is torn, so I'm going to have to try and fix that so that it doesn't lose all the grease. And then, let's see if I can show you guys here. So this, I'm sure it's hard to tell because the base is moving as well. But that shaft's super sloppy in there. The thing is, I don't know if that's just something to do with tolerances, because the other one that I just threw on there almost seems like it has just as much play in it. So I'm kind of worried about that. I'm not sure. Let me show you how this shaft works real quick. So on the transfer case, this shaft actually runs clear through and is the splines for the other side as well to keep the front tires attached to each other. And I'm just really not sure if maybe the slop could actually have to do with this end instead. I'm just really not sure. So I'm gonna have to put it all back together and hope that it's fixed. But I gotta make sure that I fix this tear first. I'm sure it's the cause for a lot of this grease down here, because it is super nasty down here. A lot of oil and grease all over the place. I'm sure I have other leaks I got to get sorted, but I'll get those figured out later. Just wanted to update you guys on how this is going and what I'm seeing while I have this torn apart. So I think I'm going to try and get the boot fixed, and then hopefully get it all put back together, and hopefully that slop in that CV axle is gone, because I can feel it and hear it while driving. Sometimes when I launch the car, I can hear it go clunk. Also, something I forgot to mention is, while I'm down here, I'm actually going to fix this sway bar end link. I have a replacement, and this one is just completely trashed. It clicks and stuff when I hit bumps and stuff. So anyways, that's that, guys. Oh, blinding myself. So anyways, that's that, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to this, and I'll update you guys in just a little bit. Alright, it's update time. So third and quite possibly final coat of black on all these parts. You see there's some still gray coloring showing through, so I think one more coat will probably do it. I need to just double make sure that I get all these spots. So probably one more coat, and then we can start putting on the red, and I'm super stoked for that. Update on this side. Still all pulled apart. I got the transfer case piece put back in. So I'm not sure It definitely feels like it took the slop out of it, so that's good. I was working on replacing the sway bar end link because this one is obviously just trashed. I had one in the car, but I must have left it in my parts car, so just gonna have to wait till probably tomorrow to pick that up. So yeah, I guess I will come back to you guys tomorrow with an update, probably go pick that part up, and so we'll see you guys then. Alright, so looks like the local parts store was actually still open. I thought it was a lot later than it was. But I was able to get what I needed. Got that sway bar end link, so I'm actually going to go back to the house and get it installed and keep moving forward tonight. So see you guys back at the house. parts store. As you guys can see, I got the sway bar end link. Bought a couple more cans of paint because I'm running a little low on the blacks and the primer. So yeah, I'm gonna get this all put back together. Should have it done tonight, which then means the car should be, I guess, drivable. I won't have to worry about that so much, or the sway bar end link should hopefully tighten up quite a bit of stuff under there. Yeah, making pretty good progress. So yeah. Done. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but we got it done. So let me show you what's up here. Everything's all put back together, nice and tight. I need to dent in the side of that hub washer. But there it is. Fresh new sway bar end link. I might try and crank that down a little bit more. It definitely felt tight, but I don't like how the threads aren't protruding at all. Yeah, and then we got that new piece in. There is a tiny bit of slop here, but I'd say it's probably within tolerance. Yeah, because it's way less than the other one, so that's at least something. And then hopefully that sway bar end link will solve some other issues. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna get this mess cleaned up that I made. put all the tools away so that they're organized. I hate working in a mess. And then we'll start laying down some paint again. I think we're gonna get to color tonight. So I'm hoping this video doesn't end up getting too long. If it does, then the color might actually be in tomorrow's video. But we'll see. Alright guys, it's the next day, which would be Sunday. I didn't get a whole lot more done. I needed to shower and it got late faster than I expected, so I just finished up the transfer case issue and then called it a night. So yeah, where we left off, got that all put back together. Obviously still need to put the tire and stuff back on. So yeah, I think that I have the final coats of black on. I'm pretty happy with the paint that's on there. So it's still a tiny bit tacky, but yeah, so I'm gonna go make some food, and then you guys will get to see when we put the first coat of red on. I'm so stoked about this. Finally get into the color. So yeah, I'm gonna run grab something to eat and let that finish drying. And for you guys, it'll be no time at all, but we'll get back to it and throw that first coat of red on there. All right, guys, back from getting dinner, and so finally gonna be laying down this red coat of paint. I'm gonna give the valve cover just a minute longer to paint because there was a gray spot there, so that's still wet. But we can start laying down the first coats on the throttle body and intake manifold. So super stoked on that. Been too long waiting for this. But yeah, finally gonna be able to get that done. I think that's the last thing I'm gonna do tonight, and then probably go in the house and get this video edited and uploaded. That, or I might wait until we actually get the full coats on, because I feel like I've been dragging this out maybe just a little too long. But yeah, let's jump right into that. Okay, so I actually just realized how big of a fail that was. Laid down the first coat. See if I can get it to focus here. Shine some light on it. Having a hard time getting this to focus. But yeah. So that's the first coat. Kind of turned out like a plum color. And I may not be able to fix that because something I just realized. Apply over chrome or shiny metal or metal cast base coat, heat resistant. So that being said, with my black base coat, which I assumed would darken the color up, I didn't expect it to darken it up that much. I didn't realize that label was there. So with black base coat, it might not actually work. It might not turn red at all. I was kind of expecting this color. Come on, just focus. And I really didn't want it to be that bright. So I figured, you know, whatever, throw a black base coat on it. But that might not actually work. So what I may end up have to do is let this coat dry and then run back over it with one or two more coats of something brighter. I might run to the parts store, see if I can find this metal cast base coat. or maybe just do a white or a gray coloring again. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I'll probably finish it up tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Definitely not going to end it right here yet, but I will let you guys know what I do decide to do for coloring and probably end it there. Anyway, so yeah. Okay guys, so I finally got this sorted with the color issue that I ran into last minute. We're like a week and a half later, but I've been trying to track this metallic base coat down, but none of the parts stores close to me had it. I finally found one that had it. So this is what we got. Is a metal cast, so same coat as, same brand as the paint we've been using, and it's a metallic base coat. So took forever to find that, but I did end up finding it. So I started putting some color down, and check this out. Now I just laid down some fresh coat, so it's still wet. But man, does that look good. A little brighter than I was originally gonna go for, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. It looks killer. Yeah, so super stoked on this. Yeah, but this video I think has been drug on long enough, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Next time you guys see these parts, they will likely be completely finished and back in the car. I think I got 2 or 3 more coats to do on it just to really cover it, and then some clear coat. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hopefully I didn't drag it out too much. Yeah, you guys have a killer day, and we'll see you in the next one.